All right, we're
All
live.
right. Hi, everyone. This is Jinny, and I have Lennie with me, who is from Singapore, and he's a senior account manager from Xero. This is my first live show, so I'm very excited to see how things are going to be, and hopefully, we could have regular shows in the future. And yeah, I hope you've had your lunch or taking your lunch. Yeah. How about you, Lennie? Have you had your lunch?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jeannie. It's nice to
Sure.
be having you as a Zero partner. So yes, I had my lunch. Had a quick one. So excited for this as well because it's been a while since I did the last LinkedIn live. So
Oh.
looking forward to ask you some questions. So yeah, when you're ready, I'll have more questions ready for you.
Okay, sure. Seem to. Are we on LinkedIn? I mean, are we live on LinkedIn? Would you be able to check?
I could check. Just give
It's
me one
okay. We
double.
continue for a while. I
Jeannie.
have a because it says we're having trouble streaming.
Oh yeah, we looks live. Just one second. Um,
It looks live on YouTube, Facebook.
hmm. Does
Oh, maybe now it's fine.
it's fine now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it has a tick. Yeah. Yes.
Wait, broadcast. I'm just seeing the broadcast on my phone. Um,
CA is CA. Are we live?
I'm not seeing it being live. How about let me
Yeah.
see details. Waiting for broadcast.
It says yeah. We're having trouble streaming to LinkedIn. This may be an
Oh,
issue on LinkedIn's end. We'll keep trying and let you know if it's resolved.
how about your YouTube? Is it working? Or your
Yeah,
Facebook?
that's working. That's fine.
Okay. Then let's just continue.
Okay, fine, sure.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so Lenny, why don't you kick it off?
Can.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so apologies for everyone who is watching it live. Bit of a technical glitch in terms of the LinkedIn live. So I just start off excited to ask you the questions, Jeannie. So
Sure.
why don't we get to know you a bit better in terms of the basics? Like, how do you get started with JS Partners?
Okay, well, JS Partners started 10 years ago, and the intention was basically to provide services for non-audit service, which we look after, which is incorporation, secretarial services, accounting. We've got payroll and taxation and professional employment passes. So we basically look after a full suite of services. And as soon as a company or a client engages us, from the time that they actually start with us, we will look after them throughout the process so that
Mm,
they it's easier in terms of communication. They don't have various parties to deal with, and so we're basically a one-stop solution firm, and we also provide through our associated companies audit services as well. Yeah.
got got it.
Yeah, so that's how it started.
Nice, nice. So how has been the journey been like? And in terms of like 10 years is quite a while. So what is the vision for you guys at JS Partners?
Well, the vision is basically to look at being the most sought after, one of the most sought after firms who provides quality and customized service. I think that's most important. We do not want to be one of the cookie cutters and very typical. We want to be there for our clients, building the relationships, and so yeah, so that's basically what we're looking at.
Got it, got it. So, like,
Yeah,
in terms of you talked about, you don't want to be a cookie cutter, and you talked about,
yeah.
high quality. Why? Really like to understand, right? What in especially in Malaysia, why is it, important to have an outsourced accountant? Especially given that a lot of small businesses in Malaysia, majority of them actually don't have an outsourced accounting. What are they missing out, and why is it so important to have one?
Okay. Now, this is actually what I inform the clients as well. I mean, for SMEs, yeah, when you start up, sometimes in terms of cost procedure, it might be difficult to get one who is a qualified accountant and who's able to provide an accounting, expertise. Okay, and if you do, whether they're going to be there for the long haul or whether they're going to be there for a short haul, and then what happens after that, so the continuity of someone looking after your accounts. And the other reason is that, a lot of clients, the SMEs, they're focusing on their business, which is, trying to get the clients, trying to look at their vision, trying to move forward. So in terms of accounting and the financial aspect, usually at times they are, these are basically not really looked at. And so that's the reason that sometimes they have issues, and many times, in fact, we've had clients who've come to us after losing a staff and saying, oh, we've had issues, the staff had just left. I thought she was doing all the work and complying, but looks like she's not. Now we've got a whole huge SSD penalty or bill that we need to do, how do we go about it? But, it's too late, but we try to help them as much as we can. And moving forward, how do we go about it? And that's how they learn that having an outsourced system is really important, because we are professionals. I mean, I think compared to having a full-time staff, we will actually work out much cheaper and more reasonable. And we are able to also provide payroll and accounting, and both are linked together for the work as well. So you don't have to find a payroll staff separately, accounting staff separately, so we're doing both. And SMEs are small, so you don't really need a full-time person, you see. So that's the reason why. And now with the whole COVID, people are working from home. They're trying to reduce the number of um, you know um, packs as
Account.
well in terms of staff. Yeah. So therefore, outsourcing is definitely something that needs to will definitely flourish. Yeah, in
Got
future.
it. Got it. Cool. I think this is great because I'm also learning. So what you mentioned is that outsourced accountant is actually very good for small businesses because
Mm,
it's not only more cost effective, but for that lower cost, you don't really need someone full time sometimes, right? Especially starting out,
yes.
or even if
Yes.
you're a bigger SME, having an outsourced accounting, you want someone that's of high caliber doing the stuff day in day out. So an outsourced accounting is especially very suitable. So that's where
Yeah.
it's very applicable for small businesses. I just want to
Yes.
tap in a little bit to just if you might know the answer because I'm not sure why is there so many Malaysia businesses not hiring an outsourced accountant? Is it because they don't want people to know the books, or they don't know about the service, or what is it like generally in Malaysia that so
I
many are
think
not?
one of the reasons they might think outsourcing is expensive.
Mm,
Actually, that's not true.
mm,
So maybe they've not done much homework when it comes to that, but it's not. So I think it's because of that, or maybe they feel that, oh, they'll get one staff, and that staff will be able to do a lot of other things as well,
mm,
and a lot of admin work and things. But a lot of times, even for us to hire a person who's very good at the accounts is not easy. We
mm,
need to spend a lot of time training them. And if you're running your business, you won't be able to look at all the compliance work and all the requirements that is needed. And at the end of the day, if anything goes wrong, staff is a staff, right? They'll leave you
mm,
and go, and it'll be on your head. So where else, if you get out, I mean, you outsource, it's professionals that are going to run, I mean, they're going to run the accounting and payroll for you. If there's any
mm,
issue, it's just one call and you get things sorted. So yeah, so I
mm.
think that's very vital and important. I think in the future, I hopefully more and more people are aware of this,
Yeah, it
and
makes sense
actually
because
engage.
yeah, it makes sense because not you don't just do accounting, you do payroll, you do tax, so it's
Yes,
like a
yes. So
one-stop
if there's
shop.
any other issues that are related that crops up, we are able to help. Yeah,
And you
yeah,
guys are the experts
true.
because if the staff, if the small business hires a staff, that staff
Yeah,
will need to continuously improve themselves, and then like what you mentioned, so many areas of the business in terms of finance they have to keep up with.
yeah,
But you guys are like the source of expertise, source of knowledge, source of getting it done as well. So okay, cool. I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want to
yeah,
I want to
sure.
ask you, right, in providing this accounting services to your clients, what makes
Yeah.
your clients choose you or choose JS partners?
Okay, well, yeah, because we use Xero, yeah, and Xero has, of course, given us the flexibility of time. And so now we're able to advise clients and provide them with advisory in terms of performance of their financials, financial statistics, and strategies on the way forward. So we're able to not just look at the numbers, but look at the numbers beyond the numbers, like what it
Mm,
means. How can we move? How can it make difference to next year's numbers? So these are
mm,
things that we're able to advise the clients. And second, I mean, to my clients, I always tell them, you can call me. I'm 24/7 available. And so I usually get a lot of WhatsApps and calls. And I mean, I build that relationship because we want to be different. We want to have that customized approach to our clients.
mm,
So yeah, so that's important. And I think the other thing is the fact that we're always looking for, each client is different. They might have different objectives, so we don't just do the standards, but
mm,
we actually ask them, what are you looking for, what is your objectives. So that is important in terms of the reason why the clients want to come and see you instead
mm,
of someone else. So I think our client relationship is important.
mm. Do you have an example that as a result of like maybe a client has chosen you guys and then or use Xero or whichever way, but found a good experience through you guys?
Yeah, yeah, we've had many, in fact, and one of it was one of our clients who we had introduced. She had switched to Xero, and she was using previous accounting softwares, and I mean accounting and Excel. So she spent a lot of time, keying in the numbers. But once we introduced Xero to her, she was amazed with how Xero was able to reduce her time in terms of preparing all the necessary accounting. She was able to go to a restaurant or entertainment outlet or anywhere, take a photo of a receipt immediately, and it gets uploaded to Xero, where Xero has an AI feature that can actually pick up, all the relevant information. And even if the descriptions are not there, we're able to see from the photo and put it in the right account. So that really made a lot of difference to her. Second was the bank feeds that she was getting from Xero, where she immediately knew the numbers. So her clients would have deposited a check. Immediately she knew that, instead of even going to the online bank account that she has, she just goes to Xero and she can actually see it. We also trained her on the how to do bank reconciliations. And she realized, oh wow, it's so easy. She never wanted to do bank reconciliations before. She always left it to the accountants, but now while she was doing it, she was like, wow, this is so easy. I mean, I never knew bank reconciliations was this easy because of the AI function as well that Xero has. So yeah, so she was very amazed and very happy, and after which she had actually introduced more clients to us. And so that was good. I mean, we are happy when clients are happy, when we are happy when clients are doing well as well. And yeah, so because that shows that they're getting value from us.
Right, right. That's nice to hear, and it's a really great story, especially me from being in Xero. Uh, I talk to business owners like you guys, but not so much on the client's end. So
Yeah.
it's really nice to hear of such stories and that the experience making it. In Xero we actually have this motto that we say we want to create beautiful businesses. So it's
Mm.
basically just the business owners usually start the business to be good at making a bakery, making nice um whatever, be it shoes
Yes.
or cakes or whatever, but they're often not good at accounting. So that's where Xero
Yeah.
comes in. So it's really nice to hear such stories. I want to
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
ask, what made you come to decide to move to Xero? I mean, is there a certain trend that you see, or even in the world of accounting in Malaysia?
Yeah.
What is it that you are seeing that made you make the decision? or give you that confidence to move to Xero?
Okay, well, one was I mean, when Xero was first introduced to me, I said I was not going to introduce it to my clients until I know myself how it
Mhm.
works. And so all my companies, I had changed it to Xero. We started using Xero, and I realized how beneficial it is and how different it is as well compared to the other accounting softwares out there.
Mm.
Um, and well, what I noticed in the trend is a lot of clients are seeing the progressive, accounting softwares, which is the cloud-based system, and they're moving towards, I think, very much now into Xero. However, there are also many who are still doing their spreadsheets, and I mean, they're so hooked on their spreadsheets. Okay, so spreadsheets 100% sometimes completely on spreadsheets, and then the end of the year they'll pass all the documents plus the spreadsheet to the accountants. So we have a lot of that. We also have a combination of some still doing spreadsheet and some doing on a software. um, and at the end of the year they might also be sending everything over. So the thing is, what I'm trying to tell them is these information that you're doing after a year is past event. Okay, so you can't do anything, it's already past, the event is over. And so you have to do on a monthly basis or on a daily basis in order to be on top of things and to know your accounts. Even the tax departments require us to estimate 1 year in advance
Mm.
our taxes, what we're going to pay. Now, most of the time, sometimes they would say, I don't know what it's going to be like next year. How can I, forecast? But if you have live records, if you know what you have today, you can then say, okay, if I think everything is going to be the same, then roughly this will be the tax that I will pay, similarly to for next year. But most of the
Mm.
times they don't have anything, so they're waiting for the year to finish. My accountants haven't done the accounts yet, so we don't know what to estimate. So everyone is moving towards having accounts on a regular basis. You should be able to access your accounts or your software anytime, anywhere. Yeah, so that's where we should be heading.
Hmm. I think this is nice because that's what Xero is about, making it accessible anywhere because it's fully on cloud. We don't have the desktop version.
Yes.
It's born in the
Yes.
cloud, Xero. I like to understand from your perspective a little bit, and maybe to the benefit of your clients, or future clients who might be watching this. Why
Yeah.
is having real time data of their books important? Is that a competitive? Is there any competitive advantage having the books ready on a monthly basis versus someone who is still using spreadsheet? Like what you mentioned, I don't know my books yet. My accountant not done it yet. What is the difference between the two companies? In having real time books versus non real time, I call it.
Yeah. Okay. So having real-time books would be the fact that you are moving towards having the perfect PNL by the end of the year,
Mm.
in terms of your percentage, and any adjustments that you want to do during the year can be done.
Mm.
Whereas once the event is done, you can't do those adjustments, right? And also, if you are looking at your performances, on a quarterly basis, okay, how have you performed? How can this performance in this quarter be different with the next quarter? Right? You will need real time information for this. And
Mm.
how would you evaluate or compensate your staff? How would you, all these questions, right? Without the figures, how are you going to do it?
Mm.
And Xero is able to look at sales. It's able to even send out the you don't even need a person collecting for you. You don't need a collecting agent, right? Xero actually sends out the statements, to the respective clients. Yeah, of course, if you need installment, then we have CA who can arrange for it. But this is actually like a collecting agent where it actually goes and sends out the statements to your client. So who hasn't paid after that's the invoice is due. So these are things that you need live information, real time. Yeah, it's no more waiting for a year. That's old school already. Waiting for a year and then I'll do my books and just for compliance purpose. So you're always lagging. How are you going to be ahead in your industry? Whatever
Mm.
industry it is, you need your numbers.
Right, right. I think things. Yeah, I agree with you because um, it's nice to be having the data, from a boss, CEO level or director level that I actually
Yes,
have
yes,
control of my finances. I know what's it
yes,
like month on month, quarter on quarter. Not
yes.
after the whole year ended, but
Yeah,
I
that's
make
right.
stuff happen along the way. I
Big
think that's
stuff.
important. Okay, good,
That's
good, good.
important, yeah. And also, I think you need to be a mini of a public listed company. You know, you're a small firm, but that doesn't mean you use that as an excuse of not getting your accounts ready. So you
Mm,
need to make sure, like, okay, I'm not going to hire a I'm not going to hire a CFO, but this is my virtual CFO with my trusted accountant, has advisors, and together we make a good team, and we've got the whole virtual CFO going. And I think that's important, and that's how you can grow fast, you see.
mm,
Most times during this pandemic, a lot of companies have had to shut down or close down, and one of the reasons was because they didn't manage their cash flows well. They didn't
yeah.
manage, they don't know the numbers.
Mm,
They overspent or and all those things that has caused them to have to shut down or trigger that. So that's the reason
mm.
why all these are important
Yeah,
in the
I like
long
I
run.
like what you've
Yeah.
just mentioned because what you just mentioned is essentially, um, it reminds me personally of like we are who we associate ourselves with. So a business
Yes,
owner
that's right.
wanting to do well should have good advisors, be it accountants,
Mm,
be it lawyers, be it tax agents, and etc., who gives them good advice. And you will come into that picture to give them that solution for their
yeah,
work, but also the advisory which you just mentioned, which is a good partner, a trusted advisor. I think all businesses need
yeah,
that. And what you just mentioned also is actually in a way more cost effective rather than hires a CFO for a small business, which doesn't make so much sense in terms of, especially when a
yes,
company is
that's
new.
right.
This is nice. Okay,
Exactly.
and then of
Yeah.
course Xero
Mm,
comes in to make it easier. Thank you for that.
yes,
Um,
definitely.
Coming to my end of my questions, I'd like to get your
Yeah.
thoughts around
Mm,
future of accounting, um,
yeah.
especially the very quick changes in digitalization that was accelerated by COVID. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts? Especially in Malaysia, where do you see the future of accounting? Because to give you more context, is that a lot of them are saying that because of cloud accounting software, a lot of them will be losing their jobs as an accountant,
Mm-hmm.
fresh grads. Will I still be relevant because a lot of AI will be coming in? But how do you see this whole thing in your industry?
Um. Yeah. Uh. Okay.
Everything okay?
Yes. C is calling me. Yeah. C is
Oh,
calling me actually. Uh. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So no. C, I think is trying to call me.
because of
Okay.
LinkedIn.
So yeah, I think so. I think it's because
It's
of
okay.
that.
Maybe you just let him know that the LinkedIn something went wrong. But I did see a comment
Yeah.
coming from Facebook, from Sumi at that. Hi Jeannie, I'm 100% zero user.
Oh, yes. Hi, Sumi. Yes. Oh, that's fantastic, Sumi. It's great
Yeah,
news.
I think it's a bit
Yeah.
unfortunate
So,
that LinkedIn is not working, but Facebook
yeah,
seems to be working.
unfortunately, LinkedIn, yeah, Facebook seems to be fine. Well, moving forward in terms of, has your question about,
Mm,
I don't think accountants are going to lose their job just because of these AI softwares coming in the future. Because as I mentioned, these AIs at the end of the day are robotics, right? Robots do make mistake as well. You need the other touch to it, which is the advisory role, the performance role, and these figures need to be basically you need an advisor at the end of the day to advise you on the figures, right? These are just numbers that you would get from the softwares, but what these numbers mean is important, and
mm,
so that will be the future. So I think you will need a combination of the software and of course your advisor as well.
mm,
I think in the future, hopefully moving forward, in Malaysia, here we still need to keep our records for 7 years, hard copies. But hopefully moving forward, this would actually be removed in terms of the law, and paperless scanned documents will be fine. So at the moment we're keeping both, but hopefully in the future it'll be paperless and everything can be just digitalized in that sense. So yeah, so that will be hopefully the future of accountants and accounting in practice.
I heard from
Yeah.
a friend of mine that I think this is good for Sumi as well, because she
Yeah.
is based in Australia. Because what I understand from Australia is that they don't have paper invoices, so it's everything all electronic invoices. So I think it's that
Mm.
direction to be moving forward. So
Yes,
certainly,
definitely. Yeah.
yeah, certainly looking forward to that day where everything is just electronic invoices. No more stacks of receipts or invoices in the office.
Yes, yes, that's right. I mean, we've got like the petrol station receipts, for instance, and certain receipts, right, that just get faded off over a year.
Oh yeah, it
So,
does.
but we
Less
keep
than a
it
year
because just
sometimes.
in case, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
And so, I mean, the first thing is to basically take a photo and send it to the office. Yeah. And of course, Hubdog and Receipt Bank is there to capture. Yeah. Sumi has mentioned.
yeah,
Yeah, so hopefully that's also the trend for, I think Australia is of course more advanced, but hopefully in Malaysia as well we'll be picking up, and it becomes a game changer here too.
yeah. So
Yeah.
coming to the end, I'd like to of course help
Yeah.
you to help more businesses because of the benefits, not just cost savings wise for as an outsourced accountant, but also that the trusted advisor piece is really important, because
Yeah.
so that the business owners can just focus on their business and let Xero as a technology and the trusted advisor, which is JS partners, to give them the advice to grow their business on a real time
Mm.
basis. So
Yes.
want to ask, how can people actually, in Malaysia, small businesses can actually find you?
Oh, find me. Okay. Well, I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, and on YouTube as well. And you can find me on, um, well, what else is there? Well, my phone number.
What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my details, you can WhatsApp me, call me. I'm always available. And yeah, yep. And I'm also giving out, whoever's interested, I'm also giving out a subscription free for 1 year. Whoever who signs up and who's interested to get on a call with me, maybe after this or soon. Yep, I'm giving that out for a year for the first 10 who subscribes or who registers. Yeah.
Cool, cool.
So yeah, so let's see. I'm looking forward to many more collaborations with Zero, and also looking forward to more apps. I'm sure. I think Zero has come up with many more apps as well that will be useful for our industry. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to all that.
Yeah.
Great news. Yeah,
Thank you for having me today to be able to ask you questions and really get to know about
yeah,
you and JS partners. So yeah, thank you
sure.
for inviting me, Jinny.
Sure, Lenny. Thank you for coming to my show and my first show. I'm very excited and delighted. We will have to check on the technicalities on LinkedIn. But
Yeah.
apart from that, I think YouTube and Facebook worked out quite well. And yeah, so thank you everyone for joining, and look forward to the next session. Let's see how it goes. All right. Take care.
Thank you,
Bye.
Jinny. See you. Bye bye.
All right. Bye.